Not your average tabletop. Woohoo!
Welcome to Not Your Average Tabletop. I'm Zach, and today I'm going to be unboxing Finspan, the game that everyone has been waiting for, or maybe that's just me. The fish version of Wingspan. You can see it's a Wingspan game. This is coming from Stonemaier Games. I've been very excited for this. I was asking for this when we had Wingspan come out. I was hoping that the next version of a Wingspan game, if they ever did one originally, was going to be a fish-themed one. So I was a little disappointed with Wingspan coming out, because I was like, oh, that probably lessens the chance of me ever getting a fish one. But then the next year, they come out with Finspan. So I'm very excited for this one. Let's get her unboxed. I've also got the upgraded bits that they sell on their website, and the Rolling Realms pack that we'll take a look at the end of the video. So right off the bat, we've got solo mode, which I don't know how many of the games I've played solo, but I know the rule books from Stonemaier are usually pretty solid, so hoping this one will be a quick, easy learn, especially if it has some similarities to Wingspan. But yeah, otherwise it looks like got a big old box here taking up some room, leaving room for all those Finspan expansions, hopefully, someday. See if I can get these cards open. But yeah, this is the game. I think it's probably brought up when we were talking about Wingspan, and then we did a video on. We have a lot of videos on Stonemaier Games, so you can go check out our playlist on those. We once had a Stone Timber, so. But yeah, we've got a lot of cards, just like there are in Wingspan and Wingspan. I'll probably. If I haven't already, I'll probably accidentally say Wingspan when I mean Finspan. Ooh, I like this one. But yeah, I wonder how many of like the fish that I catch here in Minnesota will be in here, or if this will be a lot more kind of ocean fish and things like that. Not sure. I don't think they really said like. I don't think there's any like specific area of the world that they focus on, so I assume these could kind of be from pretty much anywhere around the world. I guess I'm not 100% certain on that. But yeah, I'm very excited for this game. I've been wanting to unbox it since it arrived, just so I could get this one to the table. Because yeah, it's the exact game I wanted. So looks like we get some additional cards there as well. And then we've got the wooden diver pieces. And then I think that's probably a round tracker. But these are the pieces you're going to use instead of like the cubes there were in Wingspan. I think they had kind of explorers or whatever in Wingspan, so I think it's kind of sticking more with that. If I remember right, it's been a little bit since I played Wingspan. Then we got some more cards here. Yeah, I'm excited to get this to the table so then I can. I'm not really taking too close a look at some of these fish because I think I'm going to just like to maybe see them and learn about them kind of the first time I get a game of this in, or the first few times, because I'm guessing won't be probably going through a whole deck of these cards in one game, but I guess it could be a little different because the one resource in this game, I believe, so this is a simpler version of Wingspan. So I think instead of having resources, you're going to use your cards as kind of a currency to feed the fish that you are bringing into your area. So maybe you will go through a bigger portion of the deck than you would in like a Wingspan. So scoring sheet, which is nice, and it looks like we got some stuff in a baggie here. Got the achievements board. You got side B. It looks like you can kind of put your own in there, whereas this one's kind of pre-set up already. Okay, that's nice. It looks like some nice player aids. Decently large player aids. So hopefully those will work nicely. And then kind of the difference, one of the big differences in the game is instead of your board going like this, like it would in Wingspan, Your board will be more of a vertical layout here, so you will be kind of going down into the depths, which thematically makes sense. So I do like that they changed it for that, but I will say at the same time I'm a little concerned, just because my immediate thought when I saw this was, oh boy, that's going to take up an awkward, and maybe it's just something to get used to, but it just seems weird because most board games have your player board, you know, more of a horizontal look than a vertical one. So it's just like, ooh, these are going to have to be like offset on the table, and it just feels like it's going to take up more room, but I don't know that it necessarily will. So I believe all of these will be the same. So you got 4, 5 of these, and then we've got some tokens, which I believe these are like the eggs, and then the eggs can hatch into the fish, and then you can turn 3 fish into a school. We got the starting player token, and it looks like there's some of those goals that you can have in there, and then another sheet of the eggs, the schools, and a few more goals, and then got the hatch fish on the back, or the young, I think they call it. Yeah, we will look at this as the upgrades that I think take the place of those items. So I do like the fact that those eggs there, the eggs into the young, you're using the same token, so you just are flipping it over. So I think that was the only thing that made me like a little hesitant on getting these. So like, well, that's such a cool thing, because you know you can have this on your board as an egg, and then flip it over to the young. You don't have to, you know, switch out tokens and stuff, be moving things around necessarily. Whereas now, you'll start with one of these. One of these eggs, which look really good. And that's why I ended up actually getting it, because they did look pretty solid. But obviously, you can't just flip this over and it turns into a young. So you'll need to take the egg off and then pick up one of these young. talking to Pepper, and I was saying it'd be really cool if, and I don't think there'd be any way to actually get this to work, but like if you had something like this, then you could like hold it in your hand, and like the heat would like make it see-through, and then you could see the fish. But I don't know how you could get it to go back and forth when you'd want it to be an egg again, or if it was just sitting there and cooling down or whatever from the heat from your hand, if it just turned into an egg again. So I was like, it's a cool thought, I think, but I don't know if it could realistically ever work. But yeah, pretty cool fish. And then we've got these schools. So when you get 3 of those young, you put them together as a school. So yeah, we got those. Would be the upgraded components you can get from their website. I don't know if those will be available. I'm assuming retail will have some of those upgrade packs, but I'm not 100% sure. But then we've got the Finspan Rolling Realms promo pack, which, open that up. The Finspan, write a number in a bubble and gain the benefit. The number must comply with the zone constraint, plus allows you to write an additional number, rolled or created, in this realm, without gaining the benefit. Score stars from completed zones and columns. So, looks like those might be the rules if not used in this realm. So, yeah. That is everything I got for Finspan. So, got the upgraded bits, the main stuff, which I think already looks solid. I mean, I think these tokens are going to be fine if you don't get the upgrade pack. These should work just fine. They feel like they're solid enough cardboard, thick enough, so should be good. But yeah, otherwise we'll have a first impression video going up alongside this if you're interested in our initial thoughts of the game. I'm sure that we'll compare it to Wingspan and Wormspan maybe a little bit in that video as well, but let us know if you want just a full-on comparison of the 3, just a video focused on all the comparisons versus maybe just being a first impression of this one specifically, and we'd be happy to do that as well. But otherwise, we hope to see you on our next video, and as always, don't forget to keep on nibbling on our content.